Hi, and welcome to the first in a new series called End Credits. This is where I review all the movies that we've shown on United Home Cinema, and we're going to kick off with the very first one that we showed, Superman the movie. Now, before we get into the review, here's a few bits of trivia for you. Now, the movie was released on the 15th of December 1978 and had a budget of $55 million. When it was complete, it grossed an amazing $300,451,603. If that doesn't make it a smash hit, I don't know what is. So let's get on to the review. Now, this was a film that I'd seen years ago as a kid, and I had lots of great memories watching it. Funny thing was, I wasn't really a Superman fan. I wasn't really a superheroes fan either. I could take or leave them. So, and I'd never seen this on the big screen as well. So it was a great way to rediscover, in my opinion, to me, a lost movie. And boy, did it hit. I saw things that I never quite noticed before. You know, just the way it was played out. I'd always looked at Superman being higher than the tallest, flying in the tallest building and stronger and all that kind of stuff. But there was other little aspects that I never quite noticed. And it was beautifully played by Christopher Reeve. Yes, he is Superman, he is brave and all the rest of it. But when he's Clark Kent, he beautifully plays that he's not so much clumsy, he's just a bit of a nerd. The guy that you wouldn't really chat to. He's nice and you'll say hello to him, but that's about it. And it's beautifully underplayed like that. And of course, the other mention we have is Marlon Brando as Jor-El. Oh my God. The man's not on the film that long, and yet he commands a presence that even when he's just standing there listening to someone, he somehow has this aura that fills the room that if he's going to say something, you listen to him. And I can't put into words what that is. You know, that's so amazing to watch. It's an actor's masterclass as far as I'm concerned. We also have Gene Hackman playing Lex Luthor, very much in the comic book. The whole movie is done as if this was a comic book on film. But there was something that did bug me about his performance. And it wasn't so much his performance, it was the way the story went. They reached conclusions on how quickly they could defeat Superman. They quickly realised, oh, he comes from a planet, he'll have elements from his planet coming to Earth, we could use that to kill him. How did they reach that conclusion? They don't discuss how. They just said, well, he's going to kill him. This kryptonite will kill him. How do they know this? It's a theory at this point. And already they went, problem solved. That was a little thing that bugged the heck out of me. But other than that, the film was fantastic. The design was amazing, including the Fortress of Solitude. That must have been a nightmare for designers, to build an entire palace out of what's meant to look like crystal and ice. It looks fantastic. And even though the movie is 40, nearly 50 years old, a lot of the effects still hold up. even today. It still looks fantastic. And for that, it's just a marvel to watch. Now, I said to you that I wasn't really a Superman fan, and I'm going to explain why, and it happens in the last scene. Superman spins the Earth the other way to make time go backwards. Now, the problem is, for me, that makes Superman too powerful. Nothing could ever stop him. And it annoys the heck out of me that they can do things like that, you know. But I remember seeing that there was something where they thought he'd actually stopped the Earth, and then the Earth spun away. Although, on a physics point of view, all that would happen is we'd all end up in space. The brakes go on the Earth, we go forward, and that's it. I think the idea was he didn't so much spin the Earth physically, he's just interacted with the space-time continuum. So if you were watching the Earth from an outside perspective, it would give the impression that the Earth was spinning the other way. I think that was what was meant to be done, but it didn't quite come across like that. But the movie as a whole was still a brilliant thing to watch. You had Gene Hackman, as I said, as Lex Luthor, Marlon Brando as Jor-El, Margaret Kidder as Lois Lane, Ned Beatty as Otis, who was woefully underused. I kind of thought they were going to use him more, but he just stood there going, "Yes, Mr. Luthor, no, Mr. Luthor," for the most part. So, and of course, the movie was directed by Richard Donner, who did a fantastic job. I was a little confused at first. They made this thing about General Zod and his two compatriots locked away, and then they get thrown off the planet. And they made a big thing about that. And little did I know then that that was the setup for the sequel. All in all, Superman the movie gets a big thumbs up from me. And if you want to hear any more reviews, join in for the next edition of End Credits, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.